Okay, so how's everyone doing today? This is going to be a very interesting video. I seems to be doing a lot of different videos more than TV show reviews or movie reviews for that matter. I did have a lot going on in the last couple of months, which kind of made my channel a little stagnant, but I've been trying to keep up. I had just released a 400 subs and a Marvel Cinematic ranking video, thanking you guys and ranking them in celebration of that, stuff like that, just to do something different. And now I want to do again, probably one more thing different. And the differences of me doing different videos are not going to change. I think doing this is a lot of fun. I really do. But I need to get back and focus just a little bit and get back into TV and movies because I've got a lot of big things coming up and I got to be ready. And sadly, I'm just always going da 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 da. But this one is more back in the same vein and doing stuff that I love. And I bought something. I bought something very special to me, and I'm going to tell you the story of how long it took me to get this and what was the situation surrounding it. The situation surrounding it. So I am going to reveal to you what I had bought, and you might have seen it already. I'm kind of keeping it secret in case you don't know, but if you have seen it, you're like, I know what he's going to do. Essentially, I bought a big gift set. Yeah, it's a Blu-ray set. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a gift set, I guess, but it's a compilation of everything that I love about this TV show. And this TV show is Doctor Who. Now, if you aren't familiar with my channel or you don't even know what Doctor Who's all about, it's just a time traveling alien in a police box that's bigger on the inside, going around to different planets and bringing companions along and just doing all sorts of wild, crazy things while expanding and harkening back to classic Who. All that stuff is it's great fun. Stories sometimes are a little bit left to be desired. Sometimes some great doctors don't get the greatest treatment for the stories that they get, but there is one that I know that I personally love. I love this doctor on whom I'm about to show you. He became my doctor. He became my first regeneration on broadcast television that I had seen because I had caught up and everything's fine with that. I mean, because I love me some David Tennant. I do enjoy Matt Smith, and of course, who doesn't love Eccleston because that's everyone's like seemingly favorite doctor first starting out. But this guy, Peter Capaldi, is my number one. Like, there's just so much that I love about this doctor. And if I do get a little emotional, I do apologize. But I only got one shot at this, so I'm doing a little bit of an exposition dump on you guys, and then I'm going to show you this bad boy because it's in my hands right now. And I'm going to unbox it, so to speak. I'm going to kind of just show you everything, and I do only have one shot at this, so I'm going to make sure I get out my proper knife to make sure I don't destroy this or use anything weird to open it with. But are you ready? I'm going to get into this now because I am ready to show you, and I've been dying to do this. So this little beauty is why I bought this even though I have already all the seasons. I got more of the Christmas specials with this deal, so which is fantastic, and I love that. But I already have his seasons individually. But because I love this doctor so much, I figured, why the hell not? If I love him so much, why not pay a little extra coin to get this and really show support? Because Capaldi is just my doctor, man. I love his attitude towards things. When he doesn't care, you know he doesn't, but then he's sometimes told he needs to care, you know? And he's like, oh, right, okay, well, sorry, well, what do you want me to do, you know? And he has such a fierce attention to every little thing, and God, his speeches are so good. So good. I love his anti-war speech. I love his kindness speech. I love his monologue about why do we talk to ourselves and all that stuff. And I can't wait to show more people how much I love this doctor. And this is probably the biggest way I'm going to show you is that this is just, he's my dude, you know? So, without further ado, I know I've kind of kept you for 5 minutes just blabbing away. But this doctor here is definitely one for the books. We got this. Now, obviously, you can see the price of this. I did not actually spend this much on it, and that's kind of part of the story. I know that you've got like nice little um, um, you've got the designs of Doctor Who as its current, because it used to be just like kind of like a sharpened oval with Doctor Who, and that was back in the Russell T Davies area, but this is a little bit more sharper, much more bolder, and all that stuff. And then you get to see on this side a much more like metallic look, which I thought was pretty cool. I kind of like this a little better than that, but ooh, I got that right on point. So I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be upside down. Anyway, so without further ado, let's open this bad boy. Now, I've actually held off opening this for quite some time because I really wanted to do a video on this. And if I mess up, oh well, because now the cat's out of the bag. But I am opening this up and it's being touched by my hands for the first time. I'm gonna hate getting fingerprints. I'm actually nervous. I'm actually like freaking sweating. So, trying not to. There goes the plastic. Then we've got a little flat that goes on top of it. It's like kind of like trying to be a part of it, but it's really not. And I dropped it. Okay, so let's start with the flap here because it's kind of telling you everything that you need to know. It's just basically saying that our first glimpse of Peter Capaldi was during Day of the Doctor, and then now it's telling you all about his collection, all that stuff. You see all the characters that are involved, and spoilers if you haven't seen it. You're like, oh wait, isn't that? And you're like, spoilers. Okay, so as I'm opening this up with you guys, this is what was on the back. I do what I do because it's right, because it's decent, and above all, it's kind. Just that, just kind. And I was just mentioning that, like, yeah, he's freaking kind, and he's trying to be, but, circumstances never allow him to be. Not always. So, one exit, one entrance for this, and I find that actually incredible, so that way you can kind of handle this properly without worrying about it falling off on both sides. That was really cool. I like that, and that's actually all the other stuff. I've never done this before, so you're gonna have to bear with me here. So now it's kind of like a booklet. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Really, really cool. Okay, so with all that, I'm gonna kind of tell my story while actually showing off everything. So the biggest thing is that this is all the nice little poses of Capaldi doing little random things. So what's his other side look like? Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. So for months and months and months, I had been debating on if I really want this or not. Basically just trying to figure out, like, is it really worth the investment? I already have his seasons. In fact, I had just recently bought the 8th season, and it wasn't my favorite season. In fact, speaking of which, this is the 8th season here. And I really like this. I really like this a lot. It's very interesting. Like, you get all the bonus features that is a part of it, and they'll tell you exactly which is on which disc, so that's pretty cool. So in this case, for debating on this, I waited months because I was debating between two different things. This and also getting this program called Final Draft, both of which would be about around $80 for me because I owned Final Draft beforehand, and thusly I could get it by upgrading it because my computer did an update, and I was like, okay, so my computer did an update, I can't access Final Draft, and I need to get an updated version. That's going to be $80. And then I did the calculations of this because if you saw that it was $120 earlier in this video, you know that it with discounts and whatever you can find, it roughly came up to be nearly the same price. So it was kind of like me trying to figure out what in the heck am I going to do? Which one am I going to go for first? Ooh, okay. comics. So that's part 1 of the story. So now this is kind of giving off what's left of Series 8, the last disc there, which, well, Dark Water was amazing, but Death in Heaven, not my favorite. But then we get to Series 9, and if you've ever seen any of my videos, I'll link it down below, but if you've seen any of my Doctor Who videos, I love me some Series 9. Like, Series 9 had some excellent stories. Two-parters galore. They expanded their storylines, all that stuff. So, before I haven't looked at the other side yet. But, next parts of the story is that at least 3 months maybe went by before I actually decided, okay, today's the day I am going to try and buy this thing. And mind you, I didn't exactly think that I was not making a worthy investment. In fact, I felt that between two things, a Final Draft where you write screenplays to getting a DVD collection of a Doctor you love, you want to go with love and then what could actually help you out in the future. And of course, you debate about it and you go, well, you would want something that would help you out in the future. But what made me do Doctor Who first was getting to the counter and realizing what needed to be. So then this is where Series 9 kind of comes to a close on this end. I do realize that some people did not like Face the Raven, Heaven Sent, and Hell Bent. I had found that out very recently, that there's some people who did not like it. And this is the beginning of Series 10. Oh, bonus features. Very cool. And now this is the new companion, Bill, but not so new anymore because she was only in it for like 1 season and in 1 Christmas special. So the way this went down is that I wanted to check the price because it was 30% off here at Barnes & Noble with 10% off of members if you're a member. And I'm like, okay, so how much does that calculate down towards? Now, roughly, if I can't remember, so if you guys do the math with me, it roughly came out to be about $79. That was perfect. And I was like, okay, so this bad boy is going to be on the shelf for a little bit longer for me. I'm going to make sure that all this is correct. So I get up to the counter and I'm just kind of calculating, like, do I want to get this first or do I want to do Final Draft? What made me get this first was the fact that when I got up to the counter, it turned out that because the little sticker said 30% off and 10 members get 10 extra, percent off, apparently that sale was over. And it was like, oh, that's it, And I'm like, oh, shit. I need to get this now, otherwise I'm never going to get this opportunity again. And so thusly, that prompted me to make the decision now. And that was pretty cool because, when you debate about something long enough, you find yourself actually finding the reasons to get either now or wait later even more. So bonus features for Series 10. And this is just the rest of it. I think, let me see what we got here. Yeah. And there you go. It's definitely awesome. And then, yep, this is this little guy moved out of place. No wonder. So this is the Christmas special where 12 and 1 meet, which was cool, but I think the story could have been a little bit better. And then this is the bonus disc, Fires of Pompeii, which was Capaldi's first appearance back in David Tennant. David Tennant's years. And then there's much more. So then this is where Capaldi was fighting his regeneration, which I found interesting, a little bit tragic, and just plain old Doctor. That was just the Doctor, He didn't always want to change, especially like David Tennant when his final words were, well, I'm not going to spoil that if you haven't seen it. But then you get the nice little credits where everyone's in it, stuff like that there. This is just truly, truly awesome. First time opening, this is all candid for me, so I'm sitting here kind of going, I hope I don't have to redo all this. But then this is the back. And it has Davros and Daleks and Cybermen and all the gears of what could have been probably a part of the TARDIS or just gears to show clockwork because this is a time travel show and all that stuff. So, the other half, this is the beginning of it, had Nardole, Missy, Capaldi, Clara, and Bill. And then this is just truly amazing. Truly, truly amazing. I just love this. I love this so much. Capaldi was just my first regeneration on screen, where Matt Smith was my big full first season, because I did a lot of time jumping. I did a lot of, oh, let me start with, Eccleston. I couldn't get into it. Then I jumped over to Smith, but then I realized, okay, now I'm invested and I want to know more. So then I jumped right into Tennant's first regeneration. That was my first regeneration on DVD, and then like the end of time just made me bawl like a baby, and I didn't even know David Tennant, so that should tell you enough. In the end, I did a lot of jumping around just like River Song, and I was like, okay, I think I'm into this. So I caught all up. I was within the Matt Smith years watching full on Series 6 and stuff like that. But then when Capaldi came on, he was just my first regeneration completely, and I just thought that was amazing. So I've grown very attached to this doctor. I love him very, very much. I hope to meet him one day and just kind of geek out where he'll be unsure if I need psychiatric evaluation or just a very quick hello, hi, love you, and admire your work as the doctor and stuff like that. God knows. Anyway, I have kept you along for almost 17 minutes. I just did my first unboxing. It probably won't be my last, but not for a while. But yeah, I mean, I'm just really in love with this, even though I already have the seasons. This is just amazing. I really just love this doctor, and it goes to show you how much I do, because I was willing to pay a little extra coin. So anyway, did you guys like my unboxing of Doctor Who, the complete Capaldi years? Was Capaldi your favorite? Is there anything that you did like about him or didn't? I would love to know. Series 8 wasn't my favorite. 9 was amazing, and 10 was pretty spot on, minus a few stories here and there. I think they were really decent. And his Christmas special was, to me, just a little lackluster, but just enough to send off into Jodie Whittaker. So I figured, with that, with Doctor Who coming up pretty soon, by next month, at the time of recording, this is actually Wednesday, September 12th. We're definitely we're in the big game now, where we're going to get our first female doctor. So link down below to all of my reviews for Doctor Who. A link down below for why I think Jodie Whittaker is going to be a pretty decent doctor. And also, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. All those links will be down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for keeping you too long. I hope that this was more to the point than I had hoped. So anyway, you guys are amazing. Thank you for subscribing, for those who already have. If you haven't, please do so. I would, maybe too soon, but love you. In any case, though, I do enjoy the support you guys give. You guys are amazing. So I shall be diving more back into TV shows and such, and I will only hope that you guys are along for the ride. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, until next time.